Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It is Thursday, the 25th of May, 2017. The time is now exactly 8 o'clock. And as we are working to build the audience, I thought I would share. People send me on a daily basis. They send me tunes and they tell me, use this song to start your show. Somebody sent me this today.
It's a very large one. Just another one. It's another. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl, them ladies, welcome the girls, them sugar.
So, I don't know. That's what they sent me. This though. That's the real tune. While the audience build. I do not know what is going on in flow. 2 of the 3 things giving some hiccups. See the t-shirt? Courtesy Insane Creations. Who making our t-shirts? The $99. Lila Machado. Give me Lila's number. Because Lila have a call card. You can't read. Call them out. 2828341. If you want to get one of these shirts, fire yourself. Miss me with that. They're doing all. 2828341. I'll put it in the text. So much to do before we even start.
Why should I fear? Some tears here and there, I tell them no way. No way. Camaraderie so special, like natural instinct. The need to buy the river is come take a drink. Outspoken but kind, no silent bad mind, so forget New York. I know the old talk. You see, I just drink some Baba.
Call them out. Let everybody know we're here. They even put on his sleeve, stand up TNT. How cool is that? I want to get him to put PP on the other side. You want to get t-shirts? Lima on the thread. Lima on the thread for the PP t-shirts. And if you want these types of t-shirts, Lila Machado. There's a link on the thread.
Birds and blackbirds that sing in the tree.
tell me, the feed give me trouble because I don't know what to do again. We can reboot, we can start over. Can't hear my voice. You hearing the song? We're going to overcome all of this nonsense with the feed and all of that drama soon, you know. We're going to get to a place eventually. You know about that. This Saturday at noon, we are having a meeting at 19 Stanmore Avenue. Now, it is in our offices and it is a get acquainted session for all those who want to come and meet the team and to join up. Tonight, our interview live, our first call will be with the chairman of the Progressive Empowerment Party, Ms. Felicia Holder. She will be our first interview tonight at 8:30. And then we will take the calls that we couldn't take last night, and I apologize for the 157 million people who tried to call in. But we needed to clear the air on certain issues and let people know that this is not just a bacchanal thing, and it's not entertainment or infotainment. It is, we use this forum to give people information so that they can make informed choices and they can tell other people too. Because when people ask you, what does the PEP stand for? You need to know. You need to be able to say. Anybody, I need to know, tell me, are you getting bumped off the feed? Anybody problems right now? Good reception in Faizabad. Good video and audio on the phone, but static on the laptop. But Dilworth is all the way in Belgium. Princestown locked on. Tobago, okay, good. Charleville. Right, so tonight we're going to be doing calls, plenty calls. When you call, you have 1 minute. And when you call, say where you're calling from. Make your contribution real quick because I want to give everybody else a chance and I do not like to cut people off, okay? So, and when you call, listen to me on the phone and not what you're hearing. Mute whatever device you're listening to us on because there is a natural delay. And if you try to have a conversation with me while listening to us on the device, you will hear the delay. So, I know you want to hear how sexy you sound, and you will have to do that after the video is posted, and you're going to listen to it again, yes? So please, cool? Right. Saturday at noon. We want to meet all of the people who are interested in building this party. From the national executive, the steering committee, to the constituency executives, and everything in between. People write me and message me and offer us everything from construction material to vinyl. Anything that you think that you want to be able to bring and to help and to give and to do, come on Saturday at noon. I understand that for some religions, you can't go to meetings and stuff. But this is not really a meeting, so it's like visiting. I don't know if you could visit, but if you could visit, come and visit with us. I don't want to run afoul of anybody's religions, but I'm trying real hard to have the meetings. I can't have them Friday after lunch, I can't have them Saturday, I can't have them Sunday, because all of those things. So we may eventually end up having our meetings on Thursdays at 9 in the night, and everybody gonna make a chance and come, because what else are you gonna do? We really want all of you to come and meet the executive and that team, because we're going to be calling a press conference, but this is Trinidad and Tobago and they're doing everything. You just check it. Ask people who contribute in all the work that we're doing. When they rewrite it with their names, it's getting published in the papers, but the minute it says Progressive Empowerment Party or me, it's getting blacklisted, because they're doing everything in their power to hide away the PEP from the public, because they're maybe just a tiny bit afraid that they will lose their hegemony and their power. This t-shirt says stick a pin in it, and we'll stick a pin in that. So the girl them Sugar Beanie Man song, that was just kicks, eh? Kamala, Ramdat, and Dave Locks, that was for y'all. And this does not mean everybody else start to send me. No. I also, last night, had a conversation that spoke to the issue of education. And one of the audience members, Laura Foley, pointed out certain things that she thought might have come across badly. But then this morning, I got this video that someone else sent, and I shared it on Facebook. And it's about this, and it's this guy, Mike Rowe, and he's talking about, of course, the American experience. But Trinidad is to America like what the assistant communications officer is to Daryl Smith. Real up close and pressed. Whatever goes on in America goes on in Trinidad. We're like little America, yeah? Speaking of her, I hear she get relocated to the Prime Minister's office. Now, somebody said today that is either the Prime Minister taking decisive action and separating so it don't become a problem, or the Prime Minister saying, she willing to cuddle, bring her here. I will stick a pin in that. This is Mike Rowe. Well, that's the brother.
I can think of 9 magazines off the top of my head who every year will rank the top colleges. None of them ever include a trade school. That's where the pressure starts. And what comes out the other end is exactly where we are right now, as a generation struggling to bridge that gap between whatever it is they learned and whatever opportunity exists. The jobs that exist right now don't require massive debt. They don't require 4 years of liberal arts study. They require the willingness to learn a skill that's actually in demand.
So, what is he trying to say? I want to tell you something. I know people who are plumbers, masons, carpenters, professionals. They filthy rich. They make a lot of money. And you do not have to be a lawyer and a doctor and we need all our lawyers and our doctors, and we need our architects, but we also need engineers and we need builders, because if we don't have cooks and chefs, if we don't have people at every step of the service chain, every step of the manufacturing chain, if we do not have skilled workers at every level, what's the point? Information technology is the #1 industry in the world today. It'll continue to be the #1 industry for quite some time. The world is in flux. Nothing that you know is carved in stone. In my lifetime, and entire technologies were invented and went obsolete. Compact discs lasted 10 years as a technology. We have conversations about, remember this, remember ICQ, we talking Facebook, but this is where it starts. And all that happened in 20 years. All of that happened in 20 years. What will always be in demand are people to keep the engine of state running. Farmers are the most important professions after mothers and then fathers. And that's my opinion. But you need to keep the home and feed the family. Mother, father, farmer. See those three? That's society right there. Everything in the world, marketing came out of the farmers, the different types of farmers, the meat farmer, the dairy farmer, the grain farmer, the produce farmer, not having to come to the market. They would send a representative to talk on their behalf. That's what marketing is. Came from farming. Farming is the entire dead center of the world. In this country, Trinidad and Tobago, we so ass backward, that we treat farmers with scant courtesy and disrespect, when farmers should be the people getting the most respect in society. Because when you go to a doctor, he will tell you, on top of everything else, he will ask you about your diet. Because your diet is what is most important to your well-being. We're importing junk. When you go into Massey and True Value and JTA supermarkets, 95% of the supermarket is set up to sell you preserved food. If it is preserved, like at one point in time, someone was cooking for me and was about to use meat tenderizer, and I said, but why would you put that on food? And they said, well, it makes the meat soft. I said, but I am meat. Why would I put meat tenderizer in me? And I was trying to make a joke, but I also want to make a point. When you go into those big groceries, more than 95% of the grocery tries to sell you nonsense. Check how much of it tries to sell you corn, sugar, and salt, and wheat flour in some different combination. Check what's going on in all those packs and all those boxes, the snack food, the cereal aisle, the confectionery aisle, all of those things. It's just a different permutation of those 4 ingredients, sugar, salt, flour, or corn, and stabilizers. And I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that we need to, as a country, start to pay the respect that farmers need. Watching this, oh God, I ran out of names to call Rohan Sinanan. I wish Rohan Sinanan would just put everybody out of our misery and fire his damn self. Watching the nonsense of him taking and putting 80 vendors out of the market to build a silly walkover that they don't need, because they know they have to at some point come back and address the issue of C-lots, but they're so incompetent and clueless. They have no plan, no map. They were ready and ready to get into government. It's like people who have the biggest wedding, but the marriage don't last for a year. You ever see that? Everything nice, the engagement sweet, the wedding, wow, the marriage failed. But the marriage is a thing. All those other things don't matter. If you campaigning to get into government and you don't have a plan what to do when you're there, what's the point? And I'm seeing people asking Kamala the same question today. You're coming back with the same foolishness, and you're talking the same nonsense, you're distracting people with nothingness. People want to hear, what are you going to do for us? What are you going to do for the elderly? What are you going to do for the children? And we need to have these conversations. Government's job is to make your life better. That's it. Father Harold Imamsha came to bless an office we opened a couple years ago. And Father Harold Imamsha looked me straight in the face. He said, we must be leaders who serve and servants who lead. And I will never forget that. I will never forget that. That is the job. The job is not bacchanal and innuendo and old talk and posing and blinging and taking triggers and romping in Tobago and you and your Chinese partner golfing your way through America. That's not what it's for. Government is to come and serve the people and to make their lives better and to make sure that when your reign is done, when you're 5 years up, if you get a 5 years, you must be able to look back. Every day I drive into Diego Martin, traffic free. I feel like, having never been elected to public office, I have saved this country billions of dollars in lost man hours and people hours, hundreds of thousands of hours in frustration of not being in traffic, and I did that for free. National service. And I know my involvement in the Dangerous Dog Act and the children's bill and making sure that we got a children's authority set up and functioning, and now we have the orphanages on the second increase in their subventions. When we started the Jericho project, the state used to put children in the orphanages and give them no money, and we marched for that. 2 days ago, somebody sent me, it was the 19th anniversary of the death of Akil Chambers. One of the saddest blights on this nation's history. And if I am ever given the opportunity to do something, I will put up some sort of memorial facility. It can't just be a statue. It must be a facility that makes young people's lives better. It must protect children, and it must be named in Akil Chambers' name, because what happened to Akil Chambers will forever be a smear against the society. This is a little boy who was taken advantage of by people he trusted, that was raped, buggered, and murdered. And a conspiracy took place to hide his body. And when they finally allowed his body to be discovered, what went on with our law enforcement and everybody involved in that is so disgusting, is so nasty. And I know that there is no statute of limitations on murder. And Martin Daly and people like him who keep beating the drum, and Rene Cummins, criminologist, who together, we march together alongside each other. And we used to have every year the Akil Chambers Justice for Children March. And that march led to the Children's Authority because we provoked the People's Partnership government until they couldn't ignore it. Anyway, coming back to this. Government's job is to serve. Government's job is to look back and say, we've done this. We haven't built these edifices. We've put things in place to make life better for people. And food production, coming right back to that. Until you get a government that cares enough about the population of this country to make food production and farming the respectful career that it's supposed to be and put support. You all heard Shamala Maraj last night. And she is our pick for Minister of Agriculture because she focuses on food production. And she tells you upstream and downstream and all the things that they need to help make the farmer's life easier. People talk about Pradia Larceny. You need a Pradia Larceny squad. You need a Pradia Larceny squad, and you have to be able to protect the farmer's work. And let me tell you something. We must make it so. 50 years ago, the Summary Offences Act, it was an onerous fine and on conviction to interfere with food and trees. And we must do that again. We must update those laws. It must be more frightening to interfere with food and trees than anything else. We must make sure that we get back to a place that farmers are respected. I want my farmer to drive past me in a Range Rover. Not the best known drug pusher, not the best known money launderer, the best known big old thief from a political party. A political financer investor driving on the road in a Porsche Cayenne liking up himself. I want my farmer to have that lifestyle. I want teachers and police officers to have that lifestyle. I want real captains of industry to benefit. We've made a nation upside down and topsy-turvy. The people who serve nobody, who do nothing of value for anybody, they have the best lives. They and their offspring making an ass and a mockery of society by posing and pretending and playing that white-collar crime is somehow something to be celebrated. Yeah? We have contractors, overnight contractors that have become 100 millionaires and billionaires, and the people who actually do the work still catching the tail. The people who actually get the contract done still catching the tail. And you know what they do? When these people start to make noise for themselves, they buy out the unions, bribe them, pay them off, and start to bring in foreign workers and Chinese workers. And now all of a sudden, everything that's building in the country is either a French company or a Chinese company, but our people can't get work. And all of this foolishness is in the name of greed and in the name of the cancer that is corruption that has eaten this country to the core, that has reduced what should have been the most blessed and beautiful paradise on earth to a sham and a hollow shell of what it could have been. Trinidad and Tobago had Dubai money, more money than Dubai per capita. We had better than that. Patrick Manning, I hope you turn over and over and over in your grave. I hope cockroach and earthworm refuse to eat you. I hope you stay there forever and rot. You, Eric Williams, I wish that on you too. Mr. Basdeo Pandey, you had an opportunity to make people's lives better and you squandered it. You wasted it and you found yourself playing golf for the same parasitic oligarchy that you wash your mouth on to get yourself in office. We need to get back to leaders who serve and servants who lead. And the only way that is going to happen is when the people of Trinidad and Tobago say so. When the people of Trinidad and Tobago, by their vote, by their voice, by what you spend money on, you must go into the grocery and spend all your money in the produce section. Let the supermarket make their money off produce. More and more of the grocery will start to look like a garden and less like an abattoir. We need to, with our what we do, our choices. There's an old saying, we teach people how to love us. We teach people how to treat us. We teach people what we will accept. What we will accept. Let me tell you, the Trinidadians understand that 2 hours in traffic to come to work and 2 hours in traffic to go home is unacceptable. I can't remember which country, I believe it's France, I think it might be Spain, one of those countries passed a law that all of the time spent in the commute is time at work, and you have to be paid for that too. And the day the country have to start paying people for sitting down in traffic is then they will start to fix those problems. We need to decentralize Port of Spain. We need to pick all of the government offices including the Hall of Justice, the Parliament. We need to take every significant office, the Magistrates Court, and drop it in the dead center of the island. We need to create a real government campus, not the nonsense Udicott, China Jiangsu, bullshit Patrick Manning and Kaulahad ram down the people's throat in the name of corruption, so some Chamber of Commerce partners could end up nice, living large. Yeah? The Cayenne and Range Rover drivers driving through town. You was in court before, but you get a contract to build 800 houses. You was in restaurant business, but you're building school. You was a book, or you're working for a bookstore, but you're running school feeding. This is what passes for government in Trinidad. What happens at election time is everybody being fooled. It is a grand fooling of the nation, because it has nothing to do with the nonsense they tell you, and everything to do with jobs and opportunities and contracts for the people who invested and bet on that government. Keep Christopher Rowley. If you had, whatever eating you up that have you going back and forth to hospital, whatever eating you up that have your throat wrap up in that scarf, come on, man. You're in the sunset of your years. This is not wind up on a bumsy time. This is the time for you to leave a real and lasting legacy. People will forget everything else. They will forget everything else you do. They will remember you as a real father of the nation. You could make a mockery of Williams and Manning and Pandey and even Robinson. Robinson at least deepened the democracy, and I want to give him props for that. But then he went Africa and he come back with some crazy nonsense in his head that further polarized the nation. He come back as some tribal warrior chief foolishness. He's the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, but you go over there to come back as a tribal warrior chief. You see something, and I asked somebody today, there ought to be something in the water, in the Parliament, that they go in there, decent, normal, sensible people, and then all of a sudden, you want to take state money and romp with 3 girls. Or you want to go in room 201 and light kush. And what it is about the Ministry of Sport? What is it about that ministry? Darrell Smith, Anil Roberts, Gary Hunt, who was before Hunt. What it is about the Ministry of Sport that turns people wonky in the head? What? Put a pin in that. We have had every opportunity in this lifetime to make this country a perfect place to live. We should have no jails. In Japan, right now, they are trying to find other things for police officers to do. They're not hiring no new police officers. They're retiring police officers and giving them VSEP because there is no work for police in Japan. In Holland, they are repurposing jails. In Sweden, they're selling them, they're renting them to refugees as apartments. They've redesigned because they have nobody to lock up. Trinidad should have no jails. The opposite is our experience. We have people locked in our jails, convicted of nothing. And Minister of Side Part and Sideburns, Faris Al-Rawi, like whatever you're coloring your hair with, go down in your brain and mash it up. Because you came into office posturing and posing like you had a clue and an idea of what government was for. You talk everywhere. We couldn't escape you. You was on Hema, then you was on Fuzzy. In one morning you're on 5 show. You talk like you had a clue, like you had an idea, like you had a plan. And it looked like you did. How to fix yourself, not to fix this country. There are people in the jail tonight, Faris, tonight, convicted of nothing. I have said before, the Director of Public Prosecutions has the power to tell the Commissioner of Prisons, give me a list of all the people who is in that jail. Go to the Chief Justice and ask him for all of the cases that are not blood cases, that is not rape and murder and treason. The rest of them, who you can't prosecute, they're in jail for more than 5 years, and you can't convict, Mr. Director of Public Prosecutions. According to the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, you have the authority to bring them all to court and vacate the matter. The Chief Justice has the power to summon them all to court, have them all plead guilty, and sentence them to time served. His Excellency the President has the authority to pardon all after that sentence by the Chief Justice. 3 massive office holders, the DPP, the Chief Justice, and His Excellency the President. Not one of them. And we've known, they send Ramesh Diosaran, criminologist, inside the jail, and he come out crying. He come out in tears. He said, what we're doing to human beings, you shouldn't do to animals. This is Trinidad and Tobago. I tell you, a progressive empowerment party government will come into power and tell you our jails will become universities. You will come out of that jail. If you can't read, you will learn to read. If you can't plant, you will learn to plant. If you don't have a trade, you'll get a trade. Because when you come out of the jail, you mustn't be a bigger, better criminal. You must be a bigger, better version of yourself. We will establish policies where if you are already convicted and you get your degree, we will take time off your sentence. If you get your master's, we will take some more time. And if you get your doctorate, we will open the gate unless you're a murderer or a rapist. Think about sending somebody, some illiterate person who had no choice in life, cannot get a job. Every time he go and sit down in Nilan Masi or in Ansa Makal and he write up a job interview and fill out the application form. Where you live? Second Caledonia, Never Dirty, Morva, Bitam, Abi Pujad. That go into the bottom of the pile. And that's our reality. Ask people. They look for friends who live in Woodbrook and Belmont and lie and take my mail from me now. Let me pretend I live in Bayou so I can get a job now. That's Trinidad and Tobago. That's Trinidad and Tobago. So those people who have no hope and no opportunity and no choice, they end up jam up. Some young boy, you know, all of we hot like pepper, end up girl pregnant. He had to find a way now to make a life. He can't get a job, he can't get a hustle, he can't get nothing. If you don't have a paper and somebody who know you is pure pressure and pepper, what David would have called cat piss and leather. So, you know a partner who have it nice. He blinging and he posing and he's spinning and he's shining. And he tell you, you could fall in every now and then. You fix you up. You make a little 2-3 grand and you're liking yourself, you take care of your business. And then that jackass end up in jail. And he end up in jail not because he is a criminal. He's end up in jail because society has failed to take advantage of, to take care of all of our people. It's failed to take care of the people most in need. Because while we working to shove food down people who so fat and stink they're rotting from inside, we want to shove more food down the throat, we have people starving. We have mothers putting mud in children's belly to make them full the belly so they wouldn't have air in the belly. I want to say something, Trinidad and Tobago. All of these things I am talking about, we are guilty of because it is being done in our name. It is being done in our name. This country needs to declare war on poverty. This country needs to declare war on white-collar criminality. This country needs to stop the drug trade once and for all. And I don't give an ass who, big shot, involved in it. I don't care. I don't care. We need to stop it once and for all. And a progressive empowerment party government, if you're coming at it, come good, because we will come back, brother. We will come back. I ain't taking that, We ain't want no old talk about what the drug men will do. We have a country to run and a people to save, When you come good, because we'll suppress you and put you down. Because that is the role and the job of government, to take care of its nation and to take care of its people. And to this day, we've never had a government that took on the drug trafficking that has ruined this nation. We've had 2 demons to deal with, the greed of cancer and corruption and drug trafficking. So this is where we have to talk about. We start off talking about food production. Drug money launders through food on the supermarket shelf. You have people selling brands of food in this country. It's cheaper than you could buy it from the wholesaler. Them just need to wash that money fast. Get that legit check. Yeah? The National Lotteries Control Board, they audit of the National Lotteries Control Board to find out all those who have machines. and to look at their buying and their selling statistics, to see what might be being used to wash narco dollars. Trinidad and Tobago, this country, stink and rotten and dirty to the core, it's nasty. When you start to look into it, but you see, we the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we have to deal with this. You have to come off this video tonight and either say, that man is a madman, or we need to fix this. One of those two things, you know. One of those two things. Because jackass that I am, putting up with all the jam for trying to fix this. But you too have to get involved. You too, if you want a better country. Because if not, if you want that green card paper from Uncle Sam, or the Canada accept you and you're flying out, I say all the time, they have no happier Trini than a Trini posting from outside. None. Not a happier Trini. We've elected crooks and thieves to office, masquerading as government, have no interest in serving. Everything they've ever built has been a disguise to steal money. Everything. And when you look on the blogs and on the threads and watch their two sides argue, defending who thief more, is then you understand how broken this nation really is. And we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, by our vote, by what we spend money on, by where we work, by what we put up with, allows this to continue. We allow it to continue. And I'm reading that the feed is bad, but I can't fight that anymore. At some point, we're going to fix it. I promise you that. At some point, we're going to fix it. But coming back full circle, we need to treat our tradesmen with respect. We need to make it easy for people to get certified. I was speaking to Melissa Pascal, brilliant woman. If I get in the government, I want to put Melissa in charge of trying to right size our social fabric. We need to be able to look at our people and understand what is keeping them down, because all humans, somebody said, the difference between Barack Obama as President of the United States and Barack Obama hustling to park cars outside Rush Street in St. Clair is hope and opportunity, and that's it. We are all made of the same stuff. We are all made of the same stuff. Your children dripping in bling, not different to the children in Morva, Beetham, Laventille and Sealord. You just had better opportunities. And we need to make sure that all of our people get the same opportunities. We need to inflict hope on this country. We need to unleash possibility. We need to give Trinidadians the opportunity to be what they want to be, to maximize their potential, to have opportunities to own a home, to raise their family, to educate their children, to feed their family, to take advantage of whatever opportunities that we could make available to them or are available in the world, and make it make sense. So I was trying to explain to this young lady last night that I'm not against higher education, but I'm watching people who have no experience in nothing going and spend a $10,000 and coming out with a degree, a master's degree. And that is a lie. That MBA that you have is a lie. You cannot master business in a year. I don't care what the book tell you. You cannot master business in 2 years. To get a master's, you are supposed to have at least 5 years senior management experience. Because if you don't know what that feels like, how could you become a master of it? It's like going and sign up by a karate school, pay them extra money and they give you a black belt. Yeah, you have a black belt. Get in a fight with a real black belt now. And this is the reality of the things that we deal with. Somebody said we've become a certification nation. People are more, they prefer to know that they have the piece of paper framed on their wall. They understand clear it means nothing because it doesn't affect their knowledge. People, I get messages, threads, emails, WhatsApps from people who are pursuing masters in UE that cannot write, they cannot spell, their grammar is atrocious, they are functionally illiterate in every sense of the word, and they're calling them masters, and they're throwing on their little jacket and their little hat with the tassel, and they win. But what did you win? What did you accomplish? What did you do? There are people with 15, 20 years of work experience who will never get paid the salary you get in. And you, what you ain't learned yet, they don't forget. We need to get back to a country where we stop being posers and we start being people. When you pull out your Mont Blanc pen to sign my thing, I want to know that you actually deserve that. That's not just corruption money stick up in your hand for you to pose with a brand. Yeah? There are certain things I look for in a person. I tell people all the time, I have no jewelry. All of my t-shirts, well now PEP, but all of my t-shirts have Trinidad and Tobago on it. I don't celebrate nobody else's brand. And I'm not into that. I buy what I need as I need. I have been told any dollar above need is greed. Check yourself. Somebody tell me, if you're buying things to dust, who will dust it when you're gone? All of that. All of that. All of that. We, as a people, we have to start making sense at our level. If we continue to wait on government to make those decisions, to do the right thing for us, never get there. We will never get anywhere of value. And the time is running away with us. So, I'm going to make the call to Ms. Felicia Holder, who is the chairman of the Progressive Empowerment Party, because she has some things to share.
Hello, good night.
Ms. Holder, this is Philip Alexander. You are live.
Nice, and good night to the viewers.
So sorry for running a little bit late. The time got away with me.
That's okay.
So there was some stuff that you wanted to share with regards to the meeting this Saturday at Stanmore Avenue, yes?
Yes. So, well, firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Felicia Holder. I am the current interim chairman of the Progressive Empowerment Party. This Saturday, we are calling out volunteers, members, anyone who's interested in serving on our constituency executive, national executive. We need people to even assist our executive. I mean, we're on the back end trying to support Philip. It's a lot of work. It's purely volunteer work, but it's really rewarding work. And, you know, we'd like to see people come out because what we're attempting to do here is really, really monumental. I kind of described the sense of pride that I saw earlier this week when Philip posted that we were actually registered with the EBC, because it meant that we were making a step in the right direction. And my executive, who I am so thankful for them every day, Giselle, Lima, Dilworth, all of you guys who pulled together and really helped us in the background. Thank you, because we are here, we're trying, we want to see a difference, and anybody else who is interested in making a difference, even if you don't know how, we want to meet with you, because what we're doing here, if we have the right people, if we have the right mindset, I believe we can really make it. And yeah, so I invite you out Saturday at noon, Stanmore Avenue, and I really, really look forward to meeting with any new or interested person.
Ms. Ola, what about things like, people have been asking about things like cottage meetings, community meetings, rollouts, that sort of thing. We keep promising, and they're asking me what's happening with that. What's the plans for that?
The plans for that right now are human resource. We need people. We have a very motivated, very energetic executive team, and we have people who come to us and they say they want to know how they can help. I am with Progressive Empowerment Party February. It's been less than 3 months, and I feel like it's been 5 years, because I've been so ingrained in everything that's happening. I volunteered myself for the chairman role because I saw where the party needed some organization and needed structure. And what we need right now to have these community meetings, to have these town halls, we need people. We need people to say, hi, I have a space in Arima that you can use. Hi, I have a space in South. I have a space in Sawa. We need this, because the following is growing. I'm seeing it every night. You know, that night that we had over 700 views. I know that we have the viewership. We just need the actual hands on deck right now. So we're coming. We hoping to come to Tobago soon. I'm really excited about that, to be confirmed. But once everything is rolling, guys, we will be coming to you because we want to take TP to every corner of Trinidad and Tobago.
So Saturday's meeting, anyone who's interested in joining the party or joining and serving could attend, yes?
Yes, it's not going to be a long meeting because we also have another meeting at 1. So come out at 12, between 12 and 1, you can meet us, meet the team, find out where we need help, find out what you can do to help, and of course, find out how you can donate funds. Our bank account is coming soon. It's a lot of red tape, but we're coming. We were registered with EBC. That's one step, and we're going to climb this next mountain, and we're going to come out successful. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And I also want to let them know that I said that the first live interview we ever do, Miss Holder will be here with us. So you're holding me to that, yes?
Yes, I'm holding you to that.
All right, thanks a lot for that.
No problem.
Have a good evening.
Good night.
Right, so anybody who wants to call in and use your minutes, Abby Smith-Warner just joined. She's the vice chair of the Tobago arm. We have Ken Biscom, he's on the thread too. Tobago people, they're working diligently. 682-2110. If you want to join the conversation, have your say.
So bright, dedicated to everything that's right. Keep unity and equality.
Hello, good evening. You're live.
Hello, good evening, Philip. How are you?
So far, so good. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Toronto.
Toronto.
I've been following you for a little while now. What I must say, what you're doing in Trinidad is very, very amazing. I would like to congratulate you on the job that you're doing. And I'm trying to get some local support here in Toronto to back you up. And I was speaking to Franco last night about 10:30. And I just want to put this out there. I'm going to probably be meeting up with him in New York City next weekend. That's around the 2nd or 3rd of June. So anybody in Toronto who wants to get T-shirts, my number is 416-897-5146. Give me a call. Give me a size. I will arrange to get those T-shirts up to you today, Toronto. Like I said, I will be picking them up in New York City next weekend. And I'm going to do my best to help build a group out here for you because, like I said, I'm very impressed in what you're doing. And, keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Again, the number is
Go ahead.
Again, the number is 416-897-5146. Anybody on the Canada feed, the Toronto feed, anywhere in Canada, if you need T-shirts, get in contact with me. I'll get them to you.
Thank you very much for that, my friend.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay.
United so that we stand independently, celebrating our nation's first half century with a culture so inherently
682-2110. Where the 100 million people from last night who was trying to call? We want a nation where our people so proud to fly that red, white, and black. Hello, good evening. You're live.
Yes, good evening, Philip. I'm calling from Toronto. I am watching you, and I was listening to what you were saying about agriculture, and I agree with you totally. Agriculture has now become high-tech, and in the old days, a father would send his most educated son to become doctors and lawyers. But today in America, the best son you keep on the farm, because it is so diverse, and so technological that you have no, you have he keep his best son at home to run the farm. So you're right that farming is the key, and we must be prepared with our youth to be able to teach them, and it becomes state of the art.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you very much for that.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. I keep saying if we run for elections in Canada, we have a massive following in Canada. And that could mean that a lot of Trinidadians who just got fed up of trying all the circumstances, situation, country got difficult to live in. And while we're waiting on the callers, and I'm saying this again, I am not knocking higher education. I have the greatest of respect for all our learned professionals. This is trying to strike a balance in a society that needs its farmers and its food processors. We need to get back to a place where this is a country of hope. We are just generating lawyers. Where are all these lawyers going to go? What all of these lawyers going to do? What? We also need to be mass producing engineers. Hello, you live?
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Good night, Philip. I have a suggestion. When you get into power, you know what is something? I have a suggestion for you. What you should do is, for instance, the ID cards in Trinidad and Tobago, we need to look at that. Every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago need to have their ID card on them with a magnetic strip, where in the police vehicles, if you're pulled over, not only the driver of a vehicle that's pulled over, the passengers in the vehicle could be swiped and see if, for instance, they have child support payments, for instance, they have outstanding warrant for their arrest, or they may not even be a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? And this is something that we need to look at, because a lot of the crime that is taking place in this country is from foreign citizens of other countries. And they come here, they do their crime, they work as a security guard, they get your ins and outs in your property, in your house, in your business, boop, they just shut and they're gone. So we need to really look at that as one thing to know who is our citizens.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for that. I'm going to answer you, but I want you to listen to me off the phone, okay? Listen to me on the feed.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, bye. I understand what he's saying, and we have a serious issue with illegal immigrants, and we do have to deal with that. But I want us to not, like when people call for a DNA bank and a fingerprint bank, I do not want us to get to the point where we start to treat all of our citizens as guilty until proven innocent. We need to stop doing lazy policing. Police officers can't do their jobs. And I had a conversation with somebody again this week, and we discussed the fact that the police in Trinidad and Tobago, they know all who are involved in everything, you know. And police officers have told me that sometimes you have to weigh the amount of times you have to give up a whole day to go and spend it sitting down in a court to prosecute something. We need to fix our judicial system. We need to fix our administration of justice. We need to make sure that people get passed through the system pretty quick. Lawyers tell me that lawyers use the courts as a way to make money. That the constant putting off of matters is of benefit to them, because every appearance is a fee, and that is madness. We need laws that govern our laws. We need to put those things in place. And if our systems start to work, then I would say, because New York City under Rudy Giuliani went from being the murder capital of the world to being the tourist capital of the world. But Bill Bratton, these guys, they set out to clean up Gotham. And they did such an amazing job. All those television shows like Law and Order and NYPD Blue and all of that came out of that work that they did. And they turned around what was a failing state into the tourism capital of the world. We can do that here. This is why I swear by Gary Griffith. Gary Griffith understands modern policing. As Minister of National Security, Gary Griffith put things in place in this country that transformed how people viewed policing, law enforcement, and their role in the chain. We don't have that going on now. We need to get back to there. So I love the suggestion, but I think we need to temper it a little bit so that our people don't feel guilty until proven innocent. Yes? Right. So we're coming to that time. PEPTrinbago@gmail.com. Everybody that tells me we need a radio show, we need a TV show. The people who own the television stations are not going to give me television airtime if they think that they will help this change how the owners of those stations benefit. That's as plain talk as I could say it. You have to be civic minded and want a better Trinidad and Tobago to give me airtime. That's the reality. But social media is a fantastic platform. The nights we do 700 and 800 views is when we have a good feed. We are working on bringing in a digital feed alongside the Flow feed. We have the fan page. So we're going to be setting up another device that will be broadcasting simultaneously. We tried it and it worked. That we could have two separate broadcasts happen at the same time. So we're going to be broadcasting on one device on the fan page and on another device on this page, one on digital, one on Flow. So if you're having difficulty on one, you can go on the other. At the end of the day, when the show is done, it is posted and available. We share it on YouTube, so you have that option too. We're looking at all of the ways that we could get it done. The people at Insane Creations who helped us out with these t-shirts, if you want to order one, they deliver. They will deliver it to you. Insane Creations, and I posted the number in the thread. I want to ask Lila Machado, when she hears this, to send me a card with a bigger number, because whoever designed their call card for them. Yeah? But that's their number. That's their place. They should go on us. They say delivery in Central is free, and outside of Central they have a little fee, and they're willing to ship to the world. You all heard the chairman, Felicia Holder, and she's invited everyone who's interested in getting on board and being a part of the party and serving either the national level or the constituency level. PEPTrinbago@gmail.com. We're going to call her. This caller going to have a minute. Hi, good evening. You're live. Hi, good evening. You're live. I guess they don't want to be live. Right. So that's it. Tomorrow is Friday. I was thinking of saying that we will do a video Monday to Thursday, because I don't think you all need to see me on Friday also when everybody looking to go out and take a drink. Yes? But if you all want there to be a video tomorrow, I will ask it as a question on my wall, and if there are enough people saying yes, then we will do it, no problem. But if you want to get involved and serve, Lima, Dilworth, Giselle, Karen, Rudy, all of the people who are on the wall, you could reach out to them, you get more information. We're meeting this Saturday. Just come. And if you want to bring sandwiches and stuff, donuts to share with whoever is there, you could. Remember, this is a party that is literally growing from the pockets and the hearts of the people involved. Come and be one of those people, yes? Send an email to PEPTrinbago@gmail.com. I want to say one more thing. I give out my number every night to be used for the calls. People then take that and send me 157 million WhatsApps. I cannot answer all. Last night, a guy sent me a WhatsApp, asked me if I'm not hearing him. I said, yes, but this is not where to contact me. I asked, contact me on Facebook. And he told me, well, sorry for disturbing you. I'm not following me anymore. Come on. It's impossible. It's getting to be impossible. And again, overwhelmed. And I'm saying, I don't use WhatsApp for that. And I cannot answer all. So please, if you want to reach out to me, everybody knows. Even if I don't answer you, we don't have to be friends. And I accept the message, so you know that I've read it. And unless it needs an answer, you know that I've gotten the information. I thank you all. A lot of people, like today, there's a video that is addressed to Samuel Stafford, please help me, and other videos like that. When they come out, Trinidadians see it and they say, let's share this with Philip one time. But what happens is I get that 99 times. I can't tell everybody thank you for sharing. I can't. It's not possible. I'll end up doing that all day. So please don't take it as me being rude, and I'm asking you, unless it's something urgent and pressing, don't use WhatsApp. Send me a Facebook message, because everybody can tell you I respond there. Yes? pptrinbago@gmail.com. Very soon we're going to have some ability for the other members on the fan page to do live videos themselves. So it wouldn't be repetitive, or it wouldn't just be me, and people would also get to see other people, the communications people, the membership people, and all the other people who building out the party. Yes? So all those who care to come on Saturday, we look out to seeing you, to meeting you in person. And that's me for today. Have a good evening. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.